Hey there guys, so today we're talking about squat positioning and how to increase our ability to kind of get low into the squat using a band, right? A lot of the times we lack the ability to get down into the hips and down into our deepest squat due to, again, our hips mostly being this internal rotation, my ability to bring my leg inward, right, and rotate along the axis internally, right? Which doesn't seem like, hey, when I'm squatting, is my leg actually coming in? When we're out here in, let's say, right, if we cut me in half and I was doing a squat on both sides, as I get into the bottom of the hips, right, that leg needs to internally rotate for me to get deeper into my hips. If I think of externally rotating and falling out and away, that is a good cue. People talk about taking the knees out, but realistically, right, that's horizontal abduction, right? We're taking the leg out this way, not dumping out and away. We're gonna create that torque with internal rotation and to get deeper down. So the way that we can get some more motion in that hip is with this little drill here. So what I'm gonna do is I have my band wrapped onto my rig. Of course, if I don't have a rig available, I can use something like the bottom of a dresser, anything that's stable enough that we can get some tension pulling out and away. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna tension that leg out, and I'm trying to get the band as close to the actual joint itself, right? I'm gonna get right up into that groin, and what I'm gonna do, I'll turn here a little bit, is I want that band perpendicular. I'm turned a little bit just for a better view for the camera, but I want that pulling out and away. If we think of where the hip is and the ball and socket that is the femur, right? We want to be pulling that out and away. This is exaggerated. We want to pull out and away so that there's more degrees of motion versus when it has that compression, we run into impingements and all that kind of stuff. So again, I have some tension out. Opposite leg, I like to have it farther back. Doesn't matter though. You can sit here in kind of a child's pose. I like to have it a little out. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take that leg and go into full internal rotation as much as I can, okay? And from here, I can then drop backwards, right? So I'm getting more flexion in that hip. And I'm just gonna kind of worm around in here and find where is it sticky, where does it feel not that great. I can use my breath to try to increase the laxity of those tissues. Right? I can then think of, hey, can I take that leg just a little farther? Right? And I'm not trying to be Gumby, I'm not trying to get this foot all the way out in front of me, but I am trying to work some of that internal rotation at its greatest points with a little bit of that flexion. I can then also kind of pull it out and away and go into a pigeon and work both ends of that rotational field. So I'm getting internal and external rotation, but I want to make sure that I'm maintaining tension through the band at all times, okay? So I'm here for about a minute to 90 seconds, letting that loosen up, popping it off. And then, of course, we always want to test and retest. Can I fit more comfortably into the bottom of the squat, right, after working on that? I definitely feel a little more open here. I definitely need to now hit it on that other side to kind of even myself out. But something like that can definitely get those hips moving and create a lot more capacity for you so that you can inherit weight at the bottom of the squat. I can sit down to get onto the toilet. I can reach down to pick dishes out of the dishwasher. All of them require the ability to bring that leg up into flexion and to internally rotate, right? So play around with that. Super powerful drill. I would recommend on non-exercising days, 1 to 2 times a day of a minute or two a piece. Just again, working into those hips, getting a little something. If we are gonna be working out that day, right, I would definitely recommend hitting this before your workout for about a minute or two, and then after the workout, once those systems are nice and hot, that's where you earn your little bit of extra potential there. So I would spend about 2-3 minutes at the end of a workout working into those hips. Play around with that. Let us know in the comments if any questions, comments, concerns, anything else that you would add, you would subtract. We always are trying to grow here at Action Potential. So anyways, go ahead and play around with that, and we'll see you in the next one.